Gonna be a new reaction video: how to spot and avoid the social justice warriors. I know that some of you in the comment section said, "Can you make why is Christianity disappearing?" I will sometimes in the future, but not now. This is the true words coming from. I think her name is GeekyWheatley. Yeah, how to spot and avoid SJWs, because everybody has to avoid the SJWs. You know how they look like. Let's begin.
Hi everybody, very wisdom to you. Um, this is a video where I am actually on the screen. I was far too lazy to actually make a video like this because I've got the shittest camera in the world. Well, no, it's not shit.
You don't actually have a shittest camera. You actually have a good camera. No, no. Everything is okay with this camera. I can see Joker right here. I can see Batman. I can see everything. Don't worry. Don't worry.
It turns off a lot. So this is going to be a fun little experiment I'm going to do right now. But some people ask me on Tumblr, what makes an SJW and how do I avoid these types of people? For all those who don't actually know what an SJW is,
I know what SJW is. SJW is a cancer cell that infects everything, and it's a mental illness, but it's a cancer cell that infects everything, kind of like a cancer that cannot stop, and it spreads like wildfire.
I got this on my trusty little phone. Somebody asked me a while ago what an SJW to explain what an SJW was, and this is my explanation I gave them. Guide to SJWs. I'm by GeekyWheatley. An SJW is a social justice warrior, which is what people call bloggers who try to fight for equality, but often in shallow and stupid ways. These people are usually those who believe that women can't be sexist, men cannot be raped, reverse racism doesn't exist, thin privilege exists, cis privilege exists, reminds people to check their privilege, much privilege. Misandry is edgy and cool, thinks everything is culture appropriation, and uses the term person of colour. That was obviously quite a jokey definition, but I wasn't really far off. There's no lie in that.
Funny,
this is what people
seem
to think that this is what SJWs seem to come under. How do you identify an SJW? Like,
how do you know how they look like? I know how they look like. Red hair, glasses, little red hair, blue red hair, like basically glasses, and no big hair, because they just don't want to look like, they just want to look like manly enough. Damn.
If you were to see an SJW just physically in full form, what would you see? Well, first of all, you would see one of these bad boys, these problem glasses, as they put. Now, these aren't problem glasses; these are hipster glasses, but you get the gist. If you look at a lot of feminists, should be pictures appearing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It looks like this.
On the side, yes. And some of these feminists do have these little problem glasses here. And
oh my! This one from 2015. Damn. Damn.
usually feminists can be identified by these little bad boys here. So if you see somebody with these glasses, difference between these ones and the problem glasses is that the problem glasses are horn rimmed, so I like to call them devil horns because these people are usually the devil. These are devil horned glasses, but these are hipster glasses I'm wearing right now, not to be confused with the devil horns. What else can you see what else would you physically see her hair is usually cut to the kind of lesbian length, as you may. And
look at her. Oh, the last one is like, remember that time when they were praising for their own, the SJWs were praying for their own, the creation, and what they did, and like she's like saying, oh my, I gotta look it up there and think about my my SJW thing, you know.
And it's usually like colored.
Oh my, look at that face. That face. Every man who see this face, run. 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 Don't talk with this red hair bitch.
Some color. If you look at like the looks of like Zoe Quinn or Big Red, you know, they've got
Big
their
Red.
red hair and it's not very nice. I actually think it's quite gross.
Exactly.
Put me off dyeing my hair purple. Um, so yeah. What else would you physically see? Sometimes they like to wear animal clothing to signify
Oh my.
their other kin. Other kin, if you don't know, is when people identify spiritually with another animal.
Oh
I
my.
This is usually a religious thing, but Tumblr people when you know what, I want to identify as an animal, yay! So yeah, we got a lot of those nowadays. And what else would you physically see in this? They usually have their armpits are usually not shaved because they think it's fighting against the patriarchy when really they're just making a petty little thing.
Because they're probably thinking they're fighting against patriarchy. So funny. So funny. These cancer culture, they call them cancer culture for a reason. They're very cancerous. Like they think that they're so cool with everything. They're not.
Um, they usually have like little
Oops, sorry.
like gorilla like legs because they don't shave their
Gorilla
legs
legs.
either.
You mean those obese legs? They're not doing anything at all. Those SJW feminists are not doing anything in their home. Not exercising, not doing anything, not building up masses of themselves. No, no, they're not doing anything. That's why you're saying they have the big legs.
Um, so yeah, that's how you physically would. You would also maybe find this person's Tumblr blog, and you would do a little quick search and put tagged after the URL, and then maybe put kill all men, misandry, see what kind of stuff they're posting in misandry. Because if it's stuff that goes misandry is real, then you got yourself a keeper there. But if it's like misandry doesn't exist, blah blah blah.
Misandry doesn't exist. That's what the show. That's what the SJWs always said. Misandry never exists. Uh, they just want to kill all men, and then I saw those things in when I was like, damn, when I was watching a video about, I think it was Paul Joseph Watson videos, like the Twitter mob, the snowflakes, were saying kill all men, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why do you snowflakes want to kill old men? It's always this thing going on with you. Maybe because these snowflakes had daddy issues. Who knows?
Then you probably should stay away from this person because they're obviously quite
Exactly. That's true. Stay away from these social justice warriors because they are annoying, obnoxious, they're biggest bullies, and they bully people in school, and they're bullying everybody. They're bullying everyone. No offense. When I said in school, I used to be bullied by a social justice warrior in my high school. It's fucking ridiculous.
obviously need therapy, like lots of intensive therapy for them to succeed in life. Um, so yeah, that's just a little bit of hints for people who want to know how to find a misandrist or a SJW. Also, look out for their pronouns. Now, I'm not going to tell you that somebody with pronouns is an SJW because there are transsexual people out there who are not SJWs and are actually against SJWs. Believe it or not, you SJWs who like to kid yourself and know that it's just cis white males. And I'm looking at you, Anita Sarkeesian. But they usually have the most ridiculous pronouns in the world, like kit self or some alien-based one. It's going back to the other kids thinking that they're animals.
I have a question. You have a nice desk there. Nice screen, by the way. You shall. I'm giving you the ideas. You shall actually make your own gameplay videos. Like seriously, go like I'm not trying to judge you. It's just you can actually go find games and play games here, like World of Warcraft or Dota or whatever you wanna. Yeah, you could do everything. I mean, I'm doing gameplay videos, and that's for sure. Now I'm going to continue with the series of games, of course. It took me a long time, by the way, to make a video. Same as you, I guess. I guess you are making good videos. That's good. I like it. I like those two videos, by the way, what you're talking about these political lesbians who think about. I was reacting to Shonehead, I think. The last video was good. People comment a lot of. I do agree with some of them, but not all of them. So I have to delete some of them. Let's just continue.
When they're human, spiritually, thinking that they're animals. Computer turned off in the background. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
And also, if you look at their little blog description that they usually have, it usually says that they are. They usually have some self-diagnosed disorders. It can range from obesity to schizophrenia. I don't know how you self-diagnose schizophrenia. I was kind of confused on how you diagnose obesity, but oh well. Yeah, they'll usually have about a list of different stuff they've diagnosed themselves with, which...
Well, some social justice warriors can be diagnosed with narcissism. Most of them. Most of them. Most of them are selfish. They're diagnosed with narcissist personality disorder. NPD. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy to have some snowflake out there telling you what to do and you cannot do anything by yourself. I just don't understand that. Social justice warriors usually enjoy everybody to suffer. They're more like a narcissist behavior. Oh, look at that kitty cat. That's adorable. Amazing. You have amazing kitty cat. It's adorable. It's like laying there and sleeping.
You know, you can't really diagnose yourself with anything unless... I mean, doctors don't even do that. It's pretty stupid. I mean, if you think you've got a disorder, you should definitely go see a doctor about that, because they can prescribe you medication, lots of different pills that you can take. I know that some people don't like taking pills, and that's fine by you. Whatever you do in your spare time is not up to me. But yeah. And also, they might have some very weird views on sex, such as all penis and vagina sex is rape, and that sex with males is adding for the patriarchy, this mysterious and all-powerful patriarchy. And that it's also, look out for the political lesbians, because I have already made a video of this, because
I know you made a video about that. I know I made a video about in Shonehead, for example, political lesbians, how I agree with Shonehead. You can look at my videos too in my channel if you wanna. Yeah, I do agree with Shonehead, and I do agree with you. Political lesbians are crazy. They want women to be more, and that's impossible.
Lesbians so much, because somebody who's actually of asexuality, I find this offensive, because it tells people that we choose our sexualities when we clearly don't. And I also...
Exactly. You don't choose your sexuality. You were born with it. Damn. These social justice warriors are crazy. You gotta agree with you.
Goes on the stereotype that lesbians hate men, which most of them don't, but political lesbians seem to think they do. So that's another sign you can see your little SGW friend. So yeah. Also the same ones like radical feminism, you know, replacing the A in women with a Y because of something to do with chromosomes. I've never looked into that one, and I don't really care that much too. But yeah. How do you avoid these people? If you're a woman, you think for yourself. You look inside that little brain of yours and you don't let them control you. Exactly. If you're a man,
That's how you deal with most of narcissists nowadays. You don't let them control you. Okay, I think it's over for this video, and I do agree with you. Thanks.